everyone. Welcome to integrated course of teaching foreign languages. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Moydinova Elmira Kamariddinovna and I'm PhD senior teacher of the Department of Methods of Teaching English number 3 of Uzbekistan State World Language University. And our topic for today, implicitness and explicitness in language instruction. Let's get started. Language instruction can be broadly categorized into two approaches. First, explicit method and implicit method. So we know that explicit is clearly understandable, but implicit it's had a deep meaning. Yeah. So implicit language instruction involves directly teaching grammatical rules and language structures. In this approach, the teacher provides clear explanations and examples, of course, often followed by exercises to practice the newly learned rules. And explicit instruction aims to make language forms and rules more accessible to learners by offering clear guidance on how to use them. Yeah. Well, when teaching a specific skill using explicit instruction, teachers will provide clear sequenced steps with direct objects. Yeah. Accordingly, explicit instruction generally includes modeling and guided practice and independent practice, or I do, we do, and you do. So, for example, let's see, English as a second language, a teacher may clearly model the simple forms of verb to be am, is, are, yes, was, were, and then provide directed practice as students repeat the conjugated verb forms out loud, and finally support independent practice with the filling the gaps, blank worksheets, for example. So in linguistics, let's see the conjugation you see here. Is the creation of derived forms of verb from its principal parts by inflection. And for example, the verb break can be conjugated to form the words break, breaks, and broke. Yes. So, implicit instruction focuses on exposing learners to language through meaningful input without explicitly teaching the underlying rules. So this method aligns with natural language acquisition, similar to how children learn their first language through immersion and context. For example, you can see here some examples. The teacher might use stories, dialogues, real-life communication task where the target grammar or vocabulary is present but not explained directly. And combining implicit instructions, you will see here that while implicit and explicit approaches have their respective strengths, recent research advocates for blended approach that combines elements both. Stratford, Borden, and Sons argue that integrating implicit explanation with opportunities for implicit learning allows teachers to benefit from the pressures of explicit instruction while also developing the automaticity fostered by implicit exposure. For example, a lesson might begin with brief explanation of the grammar rule. It will be explicit and followed by activities like problem solving, role playing, or storytelling, where students practice using the rule in the context that will be implicit. And the blended approach acknowledges that different aspects of language learning requires different methods. For example, grammar rules such as a verb conjugations might benefit from explicit teaching, while acquiring conversational fluency might be better achieved through the immersion in communicative activities. Well, let's see the advantages and disadvantages of explicit and implicit instruction. So let's see the explicit instruction. You can see advantages. First advantages, this is clear learning progress. Explicit instruction is tracking its progress, yes. Next is the students' investment, where it helps students monitor, process, and celebrate their success, of course, is to implementation. Here, explicit learning is structured, making classroom implementation easier for teachers. Let's see this here of disadvantages also. Here we can see that reduces self-direction. It means that it can demotivate self-directed learners, of course, and of course too much structure, yeah. So, and advantages and disadvantages of implicit instruction. First of all, let's see advantages. Independent learning. Well, implicit learning fosters creativity and independent thinking, yes, of students, and um, critical thinking also. Efficiency. Here, implicit instruction efficiently combines listening and vocabulary practice, for example, of course, and lifelong skills. Independent thinking enhance that life learning skills also. Well, let's see these advantages. And disadvantages, the one of them is falling through the cracks. What does it mean? It means that implicit instruction can lead to student these engagement issues. Next is external motivation. Implicit approach can challenge students, motivate, involve them, yeah. So, of course, in conclusion, we can say that implicit and explicit instructions is also play crucial and vital, yes, roles in language education. And of course, as we know that explicit instructions, this teacher will give you instruction forms, for example, of verb, for example, give any kind of examples, clearly explain you. Then in implicit instruction, teacher will engage the students with the help of making some kind of activities, role playing, or discussions, and so on, yes. So my dears, let's blast your task. Yeah. So here we have some kind of tasks. Let's see that. First, exercise 1. Here, read each statement below and determine if it is a true or false. You should find here. First, explicit instructions relies on direct explanation and rules provided by the teachers. What do you think? Okay, you think it is a false. Okay, could you clarify? Yes, thank you. You're right. This is a false because implicit instructions relies on exposure, yes, to language and contextual learning, rather direct explanations and rules provided by the teacher. Next question. Explicit instruction is more effective than implicit instruction for developing automaticity in language use. What do you think? You think it is true. So good, no explanations, no needed here. Yes, you are right. Let's turn to the next question. Third one. So, in implicit instruction, students learn grammar through exposure to language without being taught the rules explicitly. So, your answer? Okay, you think it is true. Let's see that answer. Okay, true. You're right. Now I need it also. So, next question. Blending, yes, both implicit and explicit instruction can help students achieve both accuracy and fluency in language learning. What do you think? Okay, you think it is true. Let this answer. Let's see the answer. Okay, true. Well done. So, and next exercise will be second. You should match this characteristic on the left with whether it's associated with implicit instruction. You will put the I. When it will be explicit, you will put in E. And when it's both of them, implicit or explicit, you should put B. Let's see. First one. So, think about that. Focus on rules and grammar explanations. What is it? Okay, yes, you're right. That is should be explicit. Yes, explicit instruction. You're right. So, second one, encourage natural language acquisition through context. Your answer? Can you say it aloud? I cannot hear. Okay, you think implicit. You're right. Good. Best use it for teaching complex grammatical structures. You think it is explicit. Let's see. Good. Well done. Helps develop fluency in spontaneous conversation. You think it is implicit. Okay, good. Provides direct feedback and correction. Okay, you think it is both of them? Yes, of course. Well done, good. Involves a lot of emergence and real life uses. What do you think? Can you say aloud? You think it is implicit? Okay, we'll see. Well done. Good work. Good job. So let's turn to the next exercise. Exercise 3. You should fill in the blanks in sentences. You should fill in the blank with the correct term from the list below. Here you have some words: explicit instruction, implicit instruction, fluency, accuracy, subconscious learning, and grammar rules. Let's do that first. So you should be active students. Okay. First one. What do you think? What should it be here? You think that should be implicit instruction. Let's see. Okay, you're right. Implicit instruction is an approach where learners are not given direct explanation but are expected to observe patterns and through exposure. Very good. So next one, second. In with some one word. You think it should be here explicit expression. Teachers explain what? Grammar rules. Okay. Directed to help students understand specific language forms. Let's see. Right. Well done. Good job. Very good. So, means that you understood, yes. The third one, which one will be here? What do you think? Subconscious learning, you think. Let's see. Okay. Subconscious learning tends to focus on developing the ability to the language smoothly in real life communication. Yes, right. Very good. So next one, 4. Combining both implicit and explicit approaches can help learners achieve both. What? Loud. Okay, fluency and test, you think, and accuracy in conversation. Okay, let's check your answer. Very good. Accuracy in test and fluency in conversation should be. Okay, well done, guys. Let's turn to our next activity. Let's do it together for language instruction of implicitness and explicitness. Let's start. So, first question we should find here. You will have a quiz. Okay. So, first question. What is the primary focus of explicit language instruction? What do you think? Which one will be here? Right. You think this is a B, yes? The teaching grammatical rules and language construction. Very good. Well done. So let's turn to the next question. What does implicit language instruction emphasize? What do you think? Which one is it right here? Do you think it's C? Let's see. C1. Okay. Good. Very good. You're right. Next question. How do learners typically acquire language through implicit instruction? What do you think? Which one will be here? Right. What do you think? By memorizing rules of structure or practicing with worksheets, through formal lectures or through immersions and contacts? You think this should be A. Okay, let's see the A. Oh no, it should be D. So you were wrong. Well, let's turn to the next question. Which type of instruction is noted as being practically effective for developing conversational skills? Could you aloud say? You think boss. And another idea, maybe? No, D is not right. It should be A, implicit instruction. So, that's good. Okay, according to Nazari, that what advantage to learners who receive explicit grammar instructions have? What do you think? Okay. You think it should be B or A? Who said that B is right, but A is not correct. So, this is your score. So, thank you. Very good. We'll turn to the next exercise. Let's turn to the next one. Okay. Exercise 4. Here, you should work with your partner and reflect on the benefits and challenges of implicit and explicit instruction and answer the following questions in 5 and 7 sentences, for example. So here you see some questions. The first question, which methods do you think would be more effective for learning new language and why? And second question, what might be advantages of using combination of the both implicit and explicit instruction in a class? And the third, can you think of a situation where implicit instruction might be more beneficial than explicit instruction? You should explain your reasoning. So I will give you somehow time. Okay, you should be ready. Stop. So 5 minutes is left. We heard your answers. Very good. And of course, here you will see possible answers. You can see also some answer here. So second one and third one. Let's see. So my dears, let's turn to home assignment. I will give you the homework that you should do. Exercise this case study analysis. As you see here, you should read the following scenery and answer these questions that follow here. So let's read this scenery first of all. A teacher is working with two groups of students learning a new grammar point, and you will see here group A and group B. Of course, read it again and answer these questions. You will have some questions. So, which group is likely to perform better on this grammar test immediately after the lesson? And explain your answer, of course. And the second question, which group might develop a better ability to use a grammar point naturally in conversation, and why? And the third question, how could you teacher combine these two methods to help the old students improve in both areas? So it will be your home assignment as a case study. So thank you for your attention. See you next time. Goodbye.